So I've been going over some of the key features that you need to have on your website to make it a successful and profitable website for your online business. And of those things, one of those I said was that you needed to have an SSL certificate. Now, what is an SSL certificate? It is a secure socket layer certificate. And what this does for your website is a couple of things. If you are collecting information on your website from your clients, then you need a secure socket layer certificate. You need that SSL certificate to encrypt that information that they are sending through on your website. Now, this is if you're providing a product or a service, you have any kind of forms on your website that are collecting information from your customer, especially personal information, payment information, then you need that SSL certificate to encrypt that information as it's going through. You also need that because that's one of the criteria that Google looks for when they are reviewing your website and when they are deciding the page rank for your website, and if your website is high quality and if it is, a relevant website. They look at the features of it being secure. And if it does not have that SSL certificate, most of the time when people visit your website, they will run into a page that says that this website is not secure and you should go back because hackers may be able to steal your information. You do not want your clients or potential visitors or your audience to see this because they'll be alarmed and they won't be able to access your information, and they won't want to visit your website, and most likely they will not return. So those are two of the key reasons that you need that SSL certificate. Even if you aren't yet providing a product or service, if you're not directly collecting that information on your website, you still need that SSL to be considered a secure website and to maintain good page rank with Google. So I said that I was going to go through this with you guys and show you exactly how to install an SSL certificate on your website. And if you're not at the point of being able to pay the yearly fee for this, which is probably around $60 a year. But if you're, in startup phase and you're paying for everything yourself and, the funds are allocated to other things, there's a way that you can get this SL certificate for free. And I'll show you how to do that and how to set it up. So keep watching. I'm going to share my screen with you and show you exactly how to set up your SSL certificate for free. All right. So here you are, you're in WordPress. But before you do anything, before you take any action, um, make any customizations, choose any themes, like before we get started designing, um, we want to make sure that we install an SSL certificate, because as you see here, it says not secure. And the same thing displays on the front end of your website. If you click visit site here, you're just going to see the basic theme, the 2020 version of WordPress's basic theme. But you will see here that it'll say not secure, and if anyone else tries to visit the site, then they'll get the full page from Google saying not secure. So we want to take care of that. And the reason that you want this to be the first thing that you do, because you don't want to have any problems once you try to install it later on. If you've taken time to upload photos and to start, the design process, then you may run into some problems with that message. It's sending mixed messages, or it's saying that your site is still not fully secure. And then you'll have to go and inspect and see, okay, see what the problem is, like see why it's still giving me this message. And it could be a picture that they're saying wasn't uploaded under the secure server, and you'll have to go through and either delete those pictures and upload them again and put them back in the right place, or you'll have to use another strategy to force that security on those images, like force it to load as HTTPS. So we want to avoid all of that. So to set up your SSL certificate, we'll be logging into the back end of our hosting. So we'll be using the file manager, and we'll be using another website that I'll get to shortly. So what you want to do is you'll be going to the file manager here. So we can just go ahead and, you know, get ready for that and go ahead and go in our file manager. We don't need that yet, but we are going to go open another window. We can close this one for now with the Towner Enterprise LLC. And we want to go to 0ssl.com. Okay, so once we're there, we're going to click on Online Tools, and then we click Start. Okay, so right here you want to enter an email address, because this is where you'll get notifications and reminders once it's time for you to to renew your SSL certificate. So you want to put your email address there that you will actually receive these reminders. Okay, and this is where you will put your domain name, and you want to put both versions of this. The first one you want to put with you want to put both of these with and without the www. So, and you put a comma in between it. Okay, and next, you want to go down here and you want to, it's already checked the HTTP verification. So next you want to just accept both terms, and you want to click next here. Okay, so it says that a CSR has been generated. Please copy or download. So we're going to download this because you never know when you will need some of these files later on. And so I like to download them. And once I download that, I'm going to go click Show in Folder. And I have an external hard drive where I like to keep all of my files. So now we can click Next, and then it's generating the account key. Okay, so the account key has been generated, and you want to do the same thing. You want to go to where the account key is, and you want to download that. And click Next again. Okay, so says the key is now registered. Now we need to download both of these files, because I'm sure you've done, well, you may have done this before and for other things, but these are files that you will upload to your file manager to verify ownership. Of this. So you'll upload it in the web root of your file manager, and I will show you how to do that. So these you won't necessarily need to keep up with, because they will change. Like when you renew it, it'll change every time, and you'll upload new ones. So you just need to know where they are right now. So this is the step where we go to our file manager, and normally your web root would be just like the home part of your website, but since I'm dealing with multiple websites, we would go to the public_HTML, and we would go to Towner Enterprise LLC, and that is where we would enter
we would this is where we would create the files and folders that we need to upload in these verification files. So as you can see for DreamWorks Creatives, we've already added these files and folders because it would be the .well-known, this folder here, and then it would be the acme-challenge, which would go inside of there. So we've already added that for there, but now we need to do the same thing for the new domain name, Towner Enterprise LLC. So let's go ahead and click to add folder, and we're going to use the we're going to use the extension that I just mentioned, the .well-known, and then we'll click create new folder, and then we'll go inside of there and add another folder, and we will click acme-challenge. We will add acme-challenge and click create new folder. Now, you can search. This may already be a part of your library or your file manager, but in this case, I knew that it wasn't because I've done this several times. So I knew that it wasn't a part of that, and I knew that we would need to create it. So the first thing, before you actually create it, you may want to go and do a search all your files and put that extension in and see if it's there. So, okay, so we've added those folders. So we want to click inside the last one, the acme-challenge, and we want to upload those two files, those two verification files. So we click upload, and then we go and select the files. And you can only select one at a time. So it doesn't matter the order that you upload these, but you can only select one at a time. They just both need to be there. So after that, we just click to go back to the home page. The home of the file manager. And then we go back to 0SSL and we click next. And we wait. Okay, so it says your certificate is ready. So that worked out well. We verified everything. So next we want to download the certificate, and we want to download the private key here. And then we'll set up our web server. So we do that by going back to the cPanel. We're done with the file manager, so we can close that. And you will go to the menu that says SSL/TLS. Okay. And you will click manage SSL under the install and manage SSL for your site. You would go here and you would go to Towner Enterprise LLC.com. Then that is where you would go to the files that you just downloaded. You would go to those, and you would, the one that says CRT, you would open that. It's a text file. So you would just select, you can right click and select all. Then you would right click and select copy, go back, you would paste, and then it pastes 2 copies of this. You only need one, but you will need the other one in another place. So you would copy all the way to the first, all the way to where it says begin certificate, and leave the other one where it says end certificate, because you only need one copy of this CRT. Did I delete something? Okay. And you would go to the bottom where it says certificate authority bundle, and you would paste that second copy of the CRT. Next, you would go to the domain key text file. You would open that, right click, select all, right click, copy, then go back and paste it in the area where it says private key. And then you would click install certificate. And it says you have successfully updated the SSL website certificate, and click OK. Okay, so that's done, and it'll show here. So you go to the web browser and just verify that. So that none not secure is no longer showing. So you're good to go, and you can start working on your website design project. So after this, you would just click done next, and it starts you over if you wanted to install another SSL someplace else. So that's all I have for you right now. If you have any questions about this, feel free to reach out, post them in the comments, wherever you are, and I will get back to you. Thank you guys for watching.